began to return. 10 minutes had passed, and she'd had to endure the intoxicated man, the one she dubbed Loudmouth, who continued to holler at her. Cheyenne noticed that he'd gotten louder as the minutes ticked by, probably due to the alcohol he was consuming. His words didn't bother her, and he definitely wasn't trying to be polite, but she was pretty sure he was beginning to irritate those around him. "You ready to go, girl?" the drummer asked when he returned. "Absolutely," she lied. For a minute, she considered running out the back door and hopping into her little piece-of-shit car and going home. Only home was an empty apartment that had little to no furniture in it. She was the epitome of a starving artist, just like so many musicians when they first started out. Her tiny apartment consisted of a bed where she slept and a ratty second-hand couch where she did everything else, including eat. Not that she needed much more than that. She wasn't home much as it was. "What are you going to play?" The guitarist, she remembered he'd said his name was Joe, questioned, and Cheyenne turned back to him and smiled. With the help of a friend of hers, she'd written a song and hadn't yet sung it in public, but tonight seemed as good as any to give it a go, so she whispered her intentions to Joe. She'd provided them with a copy of the music when she had arrived, so they were familiar with her request. When he informed the others and they gave her a thumbs up, Cheyenne swallowed hard. Turning back to the crowd, Cheyenne introduced her song. "This is just something I came up with one night. I hope you like it." Although the lights were still pointed at her, Cheyenne could tell that when she launched into her own song, heads started to turn. She knew it was good, but most importantly, the song was written specifically for her. It reflected the heartbreak that had been her life, and she knew there were others who could relate. 3 minutes later, Cheyenne brought the song to a close and grinned when a few people even applauded. "Good job, little girl. Now come on down here and show me what you're really good at," Loudmouth yelled. "That's enough." The dark, rich tone that rang out caused the entire bar to go silent, all eyes turning to the tall guy approaching Loudmouth. Cheyenne couldn't see much of the mystery man's face, but she could tell he was big. No, maybe gigantic would be a better word. He towered over everyone around him by several inches, perhaps a foot. "What are you gonna do about it, huh? Does her pussy belong to you? If not, I suggest you stay out of it," the drunk guy snarled. "If I hear one more disrespectful word out of your nasty mouth, I'm gonna make sure you don't speak for the rest of the night," the other man growled. "That so? I'd like to see you try." The next thing Cheyenne knew, the room erupted in chaos. The drummer made his way out from behind his drum set and gripped her arm tightly, yanking her back with him. Without arguing, she managed to hide behind the instruments while the brawl went on in front of her. She couldn't believe this was happening. They'd never let her back in here now. She had no idea how long the fight lasted, but the cops eventually arrived to break things up, and the bar owner opted to close down early. The damage was extensive. Chairs and tables broken, glass bottles shattered and strewn across the floor, alcohol in puddles throughout, glistening in the overhead lights that had been turned on. Cheyenne waited for the band to pack up their things before she ventured out with them, not wanting to run into the drunk guy if he happened to still be lurking in the parking lot. The band members had gone their separate ways, and Cheyenne was beating feet to her car when someone said, "You okay?" The voice sounded familiar, and when Cheyenne lifted her gaze from the ground and looked up, way, way up, into the face of the man now standing almost directly in front of her, she realized he was the one who'd been towering over the rest of the crowd, the same one who'd addressed Loudmouth for saying crude things. "I'm all right," she muttered. "Good grief, how freaking tall is he?" "Thank you, by the way." "I'm not sure why you're thanking me," he answered humbly. "You're leaving because of me." "Yeah, well, that's the way these things go sometimes," she responded politely, although in all the months she'd been doing this, never had a fight broken out before tonight. "Name's Travis Walker."